Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading. Scorpio, this is the time right before our season begins on 23rd of October. But our season will truly begin on 4th or 5th of November with our new moon, which is coming with a little bit of surprise this year. It's happening around 12 degrees of Scorpio and opposed by Uranus. So there might be something unexpected or a change in events that might happen with the 4th or 5th of November new moon, which is followed by a fated shift which comes in our partnerships, relationships and one-on-one connections with the first eclipse of the decade happening on 19th of November in our opposite sign, influencing our relationships and committed partnerships. This is a 1.5 year process that is getting kick-started with nodes moving in our sign and our opposite sign from January of 2022 all the way till 2023. This is the period, the 2 years when we'll have eclipses in our sign and eclipses in our opposite sign. Eclipses bring about fated changes that would normally take many years to come by, and we'll see them over the course of next 2 years. This is the first time since 2003-2004 that nodes have aligned in this way. So there would be some rare events, fated events that we are about to see. This, along with Jupiter and Saturn moving direct in a house of home, family and place of living, can bring about some critical decisions that we might be on the threshold of taking. But before we get to those decisions, there are some reconsiderations as well as some clearing of the deck and fears that we need to do behind the scene, which is in process from now till the start of our season. We'll dig into the smaller themes, into the current themes, as well as the longer term thread that runs through these events all the way till 2023 today. My name is Charu. I'm your host on this journey. Let's dig in. Scorpio, before our season, it's normally the time till 23rd of September when it's the period to regenerate, take a backseat to some extent, reflect. Privacy is needed in this period, and more so it's needed right now because we might be working through some of the things behind the scene as Mercury, the planet of thinking and our mind, is currently retrograde till 18th of October. And while retrograde, we are dealing with certain fears as well as some subconscious beliefs that we need to handle before we can take a bold move when it comes to our eclipses, especially the eclipse of 19th of November, which is happening in our opposite sign at around 27 degrees. So it will influence the 27 degree Scorpio the most, which is around the end degrees or around 19th of November born Scorpio sun. This is going to be the first eclipse in the decade in our opposite sign. So the influence will feel a little bit surprising in some ways. Also because our new moon that's happening at the start of the month, which is happening around 12 degree of Scorpio, which will impact the early degree of Scorpio the most, which is around 4th or 5th of November born Scorpio sun. That will itself kickstart a new phase, in my view, where some of the changes that we have been long waiting to make, now we finally get some kind of stimulant or an external impetus to go ahead and do it. There is some amount of surprise that might be involved with it. It could be something that comes out of the blue, or it could be something that has been brewing within us for a very long while, and finally because of an external impetus we decide to do it. This is especially, as I said, true for around 12 degree of Scorpio, which is around 4th or 5th of November born, 3 days before and 3 days after. And then we are preparing towards something in our relationships and partnerships coming to a head when it comes to the 19th November full moon. The 19th November full moon is an eclipse, but it will fully get activated, in my view, only in January of 2022, and it will bring changes in our committed partnerships, in our relationships, in the way we connect with others, as well as our relationships and client relationships. There could be a very critical or important change, which could be lucrative in nature, an agreement which might be in process, which you're working behind the scene, which needs to go live. These eclipses last happened only in 2003 and 2004, which we are going to experience over the course of next 1.5 years through some surprising fated changes. The surprise element did not exist back in 2003, 2004, so it's very difficult to draw parallels. But if you're old enough, you can figure out how the other aspects were formed in your chart with those eclipses which happened in 2003 and 2004. When we have South Node in our sign, which we would have for the next 1.5 years, there's something which needs to be released about ourselves, a very key and important element of who we are as a person, as a persona, the way we show up to the rest of the world. It needs to be released, as well as we are required in some ways to give selflessly, either in a partnership or in a relationship or for our clients. In some ways, we have to sacrifice our ego to relate with others in a more holistic fashion. The road to success over the course of next 1.5 years for us will be to combine our talents and our forces with another. So partnerships, being in lucrative partnership, especially business partnerships or unique partnerships, or connecting with clients in a very unique fashion will become a source of our growth over the course of next 1.5 years. And we will go through some surprising changes in the way we connect with others. This can bring some sudden influences in our life as well. I'll speak about the node moving into our sign and our opposite sign in more detail in the coming video and readings as well. But today we're going to talk about what's happening before those eclipses come and begin to influence us from 2022. What's happening before that right now is that you might be in the process of reconsideration. Normally, a pullback is required before these kind of critical decisions are taken in our life, because we have to deal with an old cycle of our life and put that to closure before we can move to a new phase in our life. So you might need more isolation, more retreat, more healing, more quiet time, more time to analyze your own fears and receive messages from within on what's your place in the universe before you can take a bold step. And there might be a bold step afoot even before your new moon, with the 20th of October full moon, which is happening in your house of work and health. There might be something dramatically different from what you have done before, which needs to be done in terms of making a change in your career, in your life path, in your work environment and your health. And during this period, before this, especially the period till around end of this month itself, there might be something that you're dealing with for which you need your own peace. You might be dealing with some deep subconscious patterns, or there might be some sort of work which is going on behind the scene before you can go live with it. Or you might be working through your own complexes, your own thought process around what is your place in the world behind the scene, and handling some past loss or some sorrow or some healing of the past is a part of this process that needs to be done before you can contribute more or be of service to somebody else. And this is a time when your ruler, Mars, is currently also working behind the scene. So we can feel a little bit demotivated to take action before the end of this month to truly go ahead or forge ahead with something with full gusto. You'll feel that you are more subdued. You're required to take a back seat, forgive the past, let go of some amount of anger or even resistance which is accumulated in the past cycle. And this is the time when hidden treasures are also discovered. Hidden strength is discovered, hidden talents are discovered, and a trust is created within ourselves. As much as we try to control everything that is happening in our life, we have to trust a plan that is beyond us, that is in process, which will pan out. And this lesson will be very important for us over the course of next 1.5 years, because we'll have Ketu or South Node in our sign. That's the time when we have to release a little bit of control over our own life path, because things will take some course of their own in very fated fashion, and we'll be taken to the place where we need to be to fulfill our destiny in some ways. So there is a subconscious detox or some fleshing out of our own control over life that is happening right now, which makes us feel lighter by the end of this month. There's a renewal that happens, and sometimes that happens through taking a seat back or taking a long distance travel or working in isolation or studying in isolation or releasing, recharging yourself, redeeming yourself away from the rest. It's not about how it looks to anybody else. These are subtle vibrations and feelings that drive our conscious conscious decisions that you are reworking through. What holds you back, what does not let you move forward in a more bold fashion in terms of taking certain choices in your life, that might be in process. Or if we have taken certain calls in the past that we regretted later, we might be reviewing them to bring some lessons home. This is the time when we also sow the seeds of what we don't know yet. It is like we are working through blind faith on something we cannot see. It's like sowing seed. You cannot see what's going to come out of it, but you're giving in selflessly to something, and that process is happening. Pay attention to your intuition, pay attention to what's coming through to you, because the symbols and the signs will speak very loudly to you. Even though we are almost at the end of the Mercury retrograde period, our mind will continue to take a backseat, in my view, till the end of this month, even till around 3rd or 4th of November, as you rework things. And then from 4th or 5th of November, we have Mars in our sign, we have Mercury in our sign. Our own ruler in our sign happens only once in 2 years. So you get this kind of drive to go after what you truly want only once in 2 years. So you're sort of getting ready for this, paying attention to yourself versus the rest of the people, especially in terms of service. Instead of serving somebody else, there's something within us that needs nurturing. And also we need to see how our past is influencing our future. Is there a pattern of the past that we need to drop to move forward in a lighter fashion, in a bolder fashion? And there are certain debts of the past which we carry with us, which make us heavier. There might be a karmic debt in some ways that we might be carrying, and this is usually of old relationships that we are carrying in our mind, and we have to see how that is influencing our choices going forward. Because of some sour experiences in the past, maybe we are not committing to a new life path because that experience has left us with some unfinished business, some unresolved feelings which need to reset. Thing is that both your ruler Mars and Mercury are going through their once in many years reset in this period. In your house of subconscious, there are things which are buried below the surface for many, many years that are coming to surface for a purge at this time. This is not just a reset of once in a year. This is a reset of Mars in your house of hidden for the first time since 2006. The way you go after your healing, your well-being, your spirituality, your sense of commitment to the world beyond the material world is something that you have not reconnected with since 2006. So you will be reconnecting with your inner guide in the way you have not done in the last 15 years. This is where we need to give our time to things beyond formal service. So sometimes we have to take a leave or don't plan to be somewhere because you're planning your place in the bigger picture of the world versus being on time in one place. Who you truly are. It's like taking a pick. Who am I truly? No more secrets from yourself. This is a full disclosure time in some ways. You're entering a cycle over the course of next 1.5 years where everything that is within will be bared open in some ways, and we'll have to actualize our full self to give birth to something that is truly our soul's calling. And as we move towards that, if there are desires as well as some intentions that are hidden within us and we have suppressed it over ages, you'll find that they need to come to the surface now. Regenerate, retreat, and if there are attachment to the past that we need to release, break free from that, break free from a competitive energy and ego energy right now to truly see who you as a person apart from the rest of the world truly needs for their own fulfillment. It's not a time to push for new projects yet. Reflect, recharge, and what you've outgrown in usefulness, it's the time to shed that skin. This is the natural end of a cycle as well as a long-term end of a cycle, which is happening for you before the eclipses start beginning in your sign. What's happening along with this period is that Pluto, the planet, your ruler as well, your other ruler, it is also having a reset. It is just turning direct. When Pluto turns direct, all the restructuring that was happening behind the scene, that starts happening in the open. It starts showing above the surface. Pluto has been in your house of communication and commercial activity since 2008. It's a very long transit that you have been in the process of, which will continue till January of 2024. This transit of Pluto brings out a very different style of thinking and communication for us. It also changes our commercial destiny. It changes the skill set that we use for commercialization and for resource, the kind of contracts that we enter into. They go through a complete rebirth. This is a very good transit in my view, because it is your ruler in positive aspect with you, restructuring the way we speak, restructuring the way we think. This is like a defragmentation of your mind, where the old mind is completely removed and a new mind is installed in some ways. It's like a complete reformatting of our mind. When that happens, everything comes out. This is like the Pandora's box, the good and the bad, they both come out. So we have both the negative feelings, which repressed feelings which are inside our mind, they also exaggerated, as well as the acuity, the brilliance is also enhanced. Our mind is essentially in overdrive with Pluto here. Our daily environment, as well as the people who we come in contact with on a daily basis, they have an undercurrent with us. Pluto is where our rebirth or transformation happens. When Pluto is in your house of daily communication, your mind and commercial activity, we get a rebirth through daily contacts with routine people, through our undercurrent of power struggles sometimes with immediate environment. This means that the current environment or the immediate environment, either it's your sibling or the colleagues that you daily work with or your neighbors, the people in our daily environment, we start having an undercurrent with them. And also the neighborhood and the immediate environment that we are in, it keeps on changing. It's like the colleagues keep on changing, or the neighbors keep on changing, or the neighborhood keeps on changing, or a relationship with siblings keeps on going in waves in some ways. And these cycles of changes, they bring out a different way of communication with our immediate environment that is commercially very useful for us in long run. It is bringing out a very different style of speaking, thinking, and also usage of our skill set, which will be our lifetime resource, and it will become a source of abundance in some ways for us, because this is the house of self-made wealth. The things that we learn even through the commercial crisis that we learn over here, they finally become a source of our growth. Pluto started this transit in 2008. So you've been through this journey for a very long time. I'm a Scorpio rising as well. This is a process which has changed the way we speak, changed the way we present our views. It has even changed the way our skill set, the kind of skill sets that we use on a daily basis, and how confident we feel in our skill set. It has changed that, and that has come through some amount of pressure as well as some amount of discipline that Saturn created in 2018 and 2019 when it was here. So through that process of many years of reformatting of our thought process, as well as the discipline in thinking and skill set that Saturn created all the way till December of 2020, since 2018, you would have honed in on a skill set. In my view, you would have worked hard on a skill set, or there might be a new way of communicating with your immediate environment that you have created. Pluto going direct now is the time when it is show time of those skill set. It's the time when all the restructuring and the reformatting and the changes in our thought process and our personal self-expression, or there might be a commercial project that you were working on behind the scene, or some amount of paperwork, agreements, discussions, significant issues related to paperwork and documentation or communication, which were being worked, or even contracts which were being worked behind the scene. Now seems the time that we need to go forward with it, and the things that were blocked because of external influences, they start moving forward. Pluto rules you. It rules your career. It rules your success in the external world. The extent to which we can express ourselves clearly and influence people with our words It in some ways determines our commercial success and our career success, especially for our sign. It is the time to transcend some sort of boundaries and limitations of our own thinking, of our own self expression, which was repressed, now to let the brilliance and the skill set flow through. Pluto gives a deep, deep penetrating quality to our mind. It makes us obsessive about sometimes a subject because Pluto is the sign, is the planet of depth. So we can go very deeply into a specific esoteric subject or a lucrative subject and become a master at it. This is the aspect which makes researchers, which makes people go through taboo subjects like astrology for me in some ways, or power or master a subject which is not easy to master for everybody else. And the knowledge that is given to us, it becomes in some ways a source of our power that we can use to help others. We can use it for reforming the society or to regenerate others or to help others through some sort of transformation. It is the ideas and the mindset and the thought process that you have gone through a rebirth of, which will help transform the immediate environment that you exist in and the people who you speak to and the words that you utter. It can help and support and reform and regenerate the people and influence the people in much more way than you realize it. Our words have much more weight than you realize. Our words have much more transformative power than you realize, but we need to own it. And that is a struggle process that we might be going behind the scene, because when we have these kind of aspects which we are working through right now and we'll continue to work through for the second half of October, there's a fear within us. There is a repressed fear within us that we are fighting, that our words don't have value or our skill sets don't have value. And there is a blockage in some ways to speak up or to be commercially successful. Or we might be dealing with issues of self-expression or commercialization of our skill set, which happens because of fear or lack of faith in our own skill set, or lack of faith in our ability to speak up and influence people in some ways. So you're purging some self-destructive or negative thoughts as a part of Pluto's process turning direct, in my view. And that purge is going to be an important component of your commercial success and career success. Martin Luther and Yeats had Pluto in their house of communication like you do till January 2024. You can transform people's mind. You can help people regenerate in their thought process, in their physical well-being, through the power of your own mind, through the power of your own words. This is something that we need to own and use judiciously. We become, in some ways, very aware of the power of our thoughts, which can be a little bit fearful sometimes, because we start thinking, if I'm going to think like this, it's going to happen. So there becomes a confidence in yes, my ability to manifest things. That is a positive manifestation of it, that you realize that yes, if I think positively about something, I can make that happen. If I have to change the attitude of the people in my surroundings, all I need to truly do is to think in a different fashion about them. My attitude or my expectations of their behavior can actually change that behavior. With Pluto in our house of mind, that is the kind of power we do carry with us. We can alter our thoughts of a person to change their behavior towards us. That is, the recognition of that power is a positive manifestation. But at the same time, this is the very power that we can get fearful of, because we can start doubting, oh, I'm not supposed to think this, I'm not supposed to think that. So the self-expression gets blocked by the same power that we are recognizing. We have to learn the healthy expression of recognition that your words have weight and your thoughts have manifestation power with this aspect. Feeling safe to talk about what you're going through is an important process that we as Scorpio need to learn. We have Capricorn in our house of communication. Capricorn is a very conservative sign. It is also a sign of authority, which means that at some point in time in our life, either our self-expression was suppressed or we were told that we should only speak what is materially helpful, speak about things that truly matter. And that might have suppressed any safe communication of what's going on truly with you. It makes us suppress our expression and sharing with our sibling, with the friends that we have. In some ways, we don't want to share our dark thoughts with anyone. We feel it's not safe to talk about what's going on because they're darker thoughts or they're negative thoughts. And that makes them fester in some ways. We become afraid of speaking up. We feel we need to guard against others, that my own words will be used against me. And in some ways, if it has happened in the past, because Capricorn is an earth sign, it carries that memory for a very long time. So if either a sibling or a friend, they did something wrong or they essentially used our words against us, we carry that within ourselves for a very long time. And that has blocked our ability to share our feelings and thoughts, and especially the negative thoughts, if we are purging them with another. Pluto wants to unplug that. Pluto is all about detox. It's about taking the things that have been blocking your self-expression, which includes expression of all kind of thoughts out of you. You have to reframe your thought process around your own self-expression. This is a journey that will evolve our mind. We are in the last 2 years of it. Pluto is already at 24 degree. So many of us have already gone through that process of many years of going through reformatting of our mind and also gaining conviction in our skill set for many, many years. Now we are in the last 2 years. Pluto is right now aspecting around 24 degree of Scorpio, which is around 16th of November born. 16th of November born might be in that process right now, especially. And you'll feel this very, very strongly, in my view, in the second half of October, especially around 17th of October and 22nd of October, when we will be asked in some ways to get over our fear to speak up. We'll have to possibly deal with an issue of self-expression or commercialization of skill set, feeling that what we say or our skill is not worthwhile. That will be the predominant, in my view, the feeling that comes. And it's a blockage itself. That feeling itself is a blockage that is not helping us move forward commercially or in our communication or in our ability to express ourselves or in our ability to enhance our skills. Because if you don't do it, you cannot become good at it. With Pluto over here, we have to do it to get good at it. We have to, in fact, there is something within you that is pretty much, this is like an obsessive. Pluto is obsession. There will be an obsessive force within you which is asking you to express yourself and express your skill. Holding that down in some ways damages our healing, and you'll find that bottling up emotions and thought process and not speaking up is in some ways hurting your health. And you'll recognize that with the full moon that is coming on 20th of October, when we'll be in some ways forced to purge out something for the benefit of our health. The fear and the faith that is required to speak up, one is that, but there's also possibly a sacrifice that needs to be made in order for you to be commercially successful. It could be an integral part of you, as I said, which in my view needs to be released, and that is a part of you which you thought is intrinsic part of you, but it is actually blocking you from being commercially successful. And you, while you're taking this backseat before your new moon of 4th or 5th of November, might find signs and symbols which will clearly tell you what that is. And you might be gaining some sort of picking up some undercurrent. With Pluto in our house of surroundings, we gain undercurrents from our surroundings. There are two brains that are active with these aspects. One is the conscious brains who sees and knows what's going on the surface, and another one who's seeing behind the surface what's going on and can feel it and sense it what's going. And sometimes with these aspects, I've seen that we get this mixed message that something else is being shown to us on the surface, but there is something else which is going on behind the scene, which we are able to gauge because of our spidey senses right now, which will be at overdrive with these aspects. So Pluto in our house of thinking gives us an acuity of mind which is able to see through the surface, and there might be some mixed messages with neighbors, with siblings, with colleagues that we might be getting. But as I told you before, the reflection of our surroundings, the surroundings are going to reflect a little bit of our own thought process. So if we have had, because of our upbringing, because of our early upbringing, because of the way we used to feel not secure with others in the past, if we let that color the current feelings of others not feeling positive about us, we will find that manifest in a very, very potent way right now. It's like we can box a person in a certain way because that's how we felt when we saw them first. You'll have to get that person out of that box and first change your thought process about that person before that person's behavior towards you can change. And ultimately, that will change. And you'll find that to be a very powerful experience, in my view, once you try and it happens to one person. The desire to expose something which is going behind the scene is very high, but Pluto teaches us that you have to take your power back, and rather than changing your surroundings, your neighbors, your neighborhood, or your sibling, or every person or colleague that is coming in contact with you who you're picking up this undercurrent from, the better way is to change your thought process around it, and that will change your experience itself. These unresolved past issues is something that we'll have to detox out of our life during this cycle, and they are coming in the way of us trusting people. They're coming in the way with connecting with people on a more effective way. It is coming in our way of our commercial success, and that needs to be consciously worked on when this aspect of Sun Pluto square, which is coming out exactly on 17th of October and 22nd of October, especially for 24 degree of Scorpio, which is around 16th of November born. But all of us have this opportunity to use it for purge, because Mercury is going over almost all degrees of our sign. It's our opportunity to purge an old pattern, which we know is our undoing, which we know is causing us to distrust people, or unresolved issues of the past, of the people in the past, which is not these current people. So somehow we've carried that pattern, that hurt for way too long, that needs to be given up. And it's coming in the way of us powerfully being able to express ourselves to a large set of people, to influence and share our gifts with others, because that feeling always stays within us, and that feeling that no, you're not allowed to speak, you're not allowed to say things, you're not allowed to share your knowledge is not worth it. We have to transcend that kind of mindset, because your mind is being given a gift which very few zodiacs have. Pluto in third house is a gift. It is in positive aspect with us, but we have to tap into it. It's a sextile aspect with it, which means that it does not flow to us. We have to actively work to tap into it. But once you tap into it, you'll find the resources for it. If you want to upgrade your skill set, because Pluto is death and rebirth. So our old mindset and our old skill set and our old way of communication in some ways dies before a new one comes. It's like your brain is reborn in some ways. And this is not, I'm not talking of psychological. This is like a skill set that is emptied out of our brain, and a new skill set can be very powerfully put inside our brain. That's the kind of change that can come with Pluto transit of the sign. Our mind and intellect is made so sharp that the learning curve, this sharp, which is not possible for most of the zodiac sign, can be achieved by us. We can go into places of our recess of our mind which most of the people cannot. And that is a strength which has been given to us to leverage. The strength of the mind that Pluto will create for us, the strength of the words that Pluto is creating for us, is something to be shared. It's something to be created from. It's something to be made use of versus being fearful of our own mind, our own thoughts, and what surroundings are thinking about us, getting lost in that. So that's the long-term transit of Pluto all the way till January of 2024, which you'll see very potently in action right now, as Pluto, our ruler, is standing still this month, especially in the second half of October. What's happening apart from this is we have a full moon on 20th of October, and that is in some ways is going to try to pull us out of our hermit mode, because it's happening in our house of work and health routines. Now, this can bring a work opportunity to focus, especially for this is happening around 27 degree, influencing especially around 27 degree of Scorpio. So as I said, around 19th of November born, they might be on the verge of a critical decision anyways, related to their commitments, their contracts, and their relationships. So there might be something related to a change in work afoot, especially for around 27 degree of Scorpio, which is around 19th of November born. For all of us, a full moon, which is this powerful, that we're going to experience on 20th of October, it's a cardinal full moon. It's a very powerful full moon because it's coming with your ruler, Pluto, making a T-square. A cardinal T-square is something you cannot ignore. So there's normally a issue or a need of change that is brought to focus with it in our work environment and in our health routines, that has to be met head on. We have to take some initiative, some bold, irrevocable decision in our health and our work with that full moon of 20th of October. And that from 20th of October to our new moon is a period when you'll be setting order to your life, in my view. Something that we have been putting off maybe for a long time, to give up, to remove out of our life, which has been hurting us. If the last couple of weeks of introspection has got you to recognize what it is, it will be the right time. You can absolutely cut something out of your life with that full moon. The 20th of October full moon is a very, very powerful full moon. It's very confrontational and direct full moon. So there could be a confrontation at work. If you are part of a work, of a team, you need to be a little bit careful, because we can face some amount of conflicts, some amount of ego conflicts with that full moon. And it will cause our mind to go in overdrive, because Pluto and Moon, they're meeting each other. This is when we want to be a master of something. We will be driven to go after either a work project or to finish. We'll run ourselves in some ways, in my view, physically to ground with it. And we have the capability to do it because our mind is, with Pluto, our mind becomes obsessive. I'm just telling you, this is just how it is. I'm sure you have experienced that. With Pluto transit in our house of mind, Pluto is obsession. We can get obsessed with an idea and obsessed to the end. And that is required, because we are supposed to be the fact finder. We are supposed to be that researcher, that expert who gains immense knowledge about a single subject, and that knowledge becomes the source of our power. But at the same time, the very same thing can make us obsessive about details, instead of just getting on with an idea, just talking about what we know, instead of getting so bogged down in the details. So this aspect which is happening this full moon points to bickering on details, or getting stuck on details, or over-analyzing something out of existence. Done is better than perfected. You will try to perfect it, but it's the time to get something off the table, especially if there is a project, a difficult project that you've been working on, a difficult health change that you've been trying to make, a purification, a removal, a detox that you're trying to do. Instead of trying to get all the things ready, it's just go time. Just go without overthinking is the message of that full moon of 20th of October, in my view. You can courageously handle an issue with this full moon. and there could be an issue in my view, I'm sorry to say, but sometimes with these kind of full moons, there's normally an issue, especially health related. If something is hurting you, there might be some amount of healing, purification, or removal or detox required. Some sort of waste needs to leave your body, something which is hurting you, weeding. It needs to be weeded out of your body. And this could be related to hormones or adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue happens because of us running ourselves to ground instead of giving ourselves the break. As I said, these two are meshed with each other. You're being pushed to take a back seat before the eclipses start in your sign and your opposite sign, and before Mars comes in your sign. So the next 2 weeks, with all of this, you'll have to find a way to heal. You'll have to find a way to get that period of peace that you need in the busyness of your mind. You'll have to choose your battles. Choose your battles, because this points to us pulling ourselves in too many directions when it comes to projects, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to competition. So too many things, if they've been taking your attention, you'll be pushed in some ways to create efficiency instead of chasing every idea in some ways. This can also bring sometimes a hidden matter to life. Sometimes normally it's a hidden health thing which comes out, that something was bothering you health wise and you did not recognize it, and that comes to light. In some rare cases, a hidden enemy is shown to us, and that it's called a parasite removal. This aspect that is playing out at that time. Now that parasite could be a person, so just need to be careful at that time, but you have all the power to get rid of it, both physically if it's a health related, or if it is physically a person. This will be required though that you keep your mindset strong at this time with this eclipse, with this full moon, because there is an unresolved issue in my view which will come to head. As I said, we cannot ignore. If you've been sitting on the fence to deal with something, sitting on the fence to deal with a health issue, sitting on the fence to deal with work issue, sitting on the fence to voicing something at work, you will speak up. Pluto in our house of communication wants us to speak up powerfully and use our voice versus suppress our communication. And that is the apex of the T-square which is forming with that full moon, which means that instead of letting it go, you would go after it. If there is an unresolved issue with sibling, with neighbors, with colleagues, at work, putting the practical voice behind the thought process that has been going on in your mind. It could be an idea that it doesn't have to be an unresolved issue. It could be an idea that you've had, a conviction in an idea that you've had, a commercial idea that you've had for a very long time. You'll be pushed to put the practical working around it with this full moon, and you can do that with it. If you've been thinking of commercializing your success in some ways, you've been trying to commercialize a skill in some ways, you will find both the persistence as well as the discipline to go ahead and set something up with that full moon. But know that full extent, in my view, is November. November is when you'll feel physically, in my view, the most vital, because we need Mars to be in a good position to feel vitally fit. And when Mars enters your sign end of this month is when the physical changes, in my view, you will do, especially when it comes to working out or just seeking out and doing something physically well. One more thing this full moon is trying to teach us, it's the changing of approach to problem solving. This is happening in the house of problem solving as well. So sometimes there's a problem which has persisted for a very long time. As I said, unresolved issues need to be met head on, but it's also changing the way you handle that issue. So if there's an issue or problem of commercialization of a skill, or issue or problem with co-workers, or issue or problem with neighbors, we'll be asked to change the way we communicate in these relationships. We might even be shown what needs to change in our communication to our co-workers, or what needs to be changed in our commercialization skill, how to make our skill set more more commercial in nature, what needs to be changed for that. We might be resisting to change something. It will be shown to us. A blockage to commercialization and communication will be shown to us, and a different approach to communication and commercialization and dealing with neighbors, sibling, co-workers will be shown to us. Sometimes the blockage in gaining more commercial success is in how we communicate with the co-workers, and how we communicate our skill set, and how we market our skill set, and how we let people know what we have as a product to sell. So our selling skills in some ways will go through a rebirth with this full moon, in my view. Apart from this, in terms of long-term trends, we also have Jupiter and Saturn going direct this month. Jupiter and Saturn, this is the first year in 300 years that they're together in your house of home, family, and place of living. This is normally a significator that real estate or place of living or change in the way you handle your emotions can become your source of growth for the next 20 years. We spoke about this before 2021 began, because as I mentioned, 2021 is the first year that these two planets are in the same sign. So 2021 is when we are seeding something in terms of relocations, in terms of change in structure of our family, change in the way we settle real estate matters, or some sort of family inheritance which is handled, and how we look at security in general. That is changing, and that will take you to different heights when it comes to your commercial success, when it comes to your external physical growth. In some ways, this is the structure of material growth. This is not just psychological growth, but the source of that growth can come through psychological methods. It could even come through you practicing something from home, or practicing human psychology, or digging deeper into human psychology. I spoke about this in great detail in the 2021 video, because it is the source of your next 20 years of growth, and we are going through a breakthrough in 2021 through learning those skill sets. I'll link both the videos I did on that aspect if you want to go deeper into it. But what's happening right now is Jupiter, the planet of expansion, which is in your house of home, family, place of living, is finally going direct on 18th of October. This is excellent for relocation, excellent for any matters related to real estate, which was stuck for a long time, or expansion and peace in family, if that was missing for the last couple of months. Jupiter was retrograde since about June. 20th of June is when Jupiter went retrograde. So if something was coming through in way of a real estate deal, or a relocation, or expansion in family, expansion in home, or harmony and peace with loved ones, or change in relationship when it comes to your personal life, you'll find that those things finally start moving ahead. And this is especially true for around 22 degree of Scorpio, which is around 14th of November born, which will definitely, in my view, benefit in their personal life or even in their relocation with this. Jupiter will go back over the degrees from 22 to 30 degree till the end of the year. We have 2 months of this transit, and this is a very beneficial transit which we should take advantage of. It comes only once in 12 years that Jupiter comes in a critical house like home, family, and foundation. It expands the very foundation and the base we stand on. Our sense of security and safety within us is expanded, as well as our relationship with our loved ones is restructured and changed in a way that we can support each other more. Your stable ground, the floor that you stand on so you can do more in your external life, that emotional foundation within us, as well as the people who give us that emotional support, that expands. This also is very strongly related to real estate matters, which means investments in real estate matter, or settling some real estate issues, or buying, selling home, or essentially change in home through relocation of the country of living. Those are very well supported with this last 2 months of Jupiter in your house of home, family, emotional foundations, finally going direct. Jupiter is only here for 2.5 months now till December end, but you have Saturn here till March of 2023. Saturn creates some amount of pressure. It is a tough transit to have Saturn in a house of home, family, and emotional foundations, because personal life or our emotional life goes through a complete restructure with Saturn here. There is a new foundation which is created for us because Saturn comes here once in 29 years and it's a critical step of development. I covered that in detail in the 2021 video as well as the next 20 years of growth video. We are urged to let go an old security blanket which has been holding us back when Saturn comes here. It's like we are building our own life on very different terms. Saturn, this is our house when our life was created on the terms of somebody else. The parents who brought us up, or the parents who put us through an education system, or the education system that we had early in life, that was all something that we possibly did not have control over. But this is a part of our life when Saturn comes here, when we are letting go our upbringing sometimes. We are moving away from what we were brought up with and now creating ourselves on our own rules. This is where a different foundation of life is created, a different security is created. What you derive peace, security, love, emotions out of, all of that nurturing that is attained in the early years of our life, it's like that is completely changed. It changes what supports us, who's part of our structure of our family, as well as the strength is given to us to go through some tough emotional decisions which might be ahead of us. As I said, the next 1.5 years, there might be some tough decisions when it comes to our relationships, partnerships, as well as letting go an old phase of our life which might be upon us. When eclipses happen with South Node in our sign, there is something that needs to be let go, which was an integral part of our life, and they could be relationships and partnerships like that. We are tested at emotional level with Saturn here. We will be tested to find and fix our roots, find new roots that will support us for the next 29 years of our life. We'll be breaking or changing out of any levels of things that used to support us. We're sort of taken away from our safety zone when Saturn comes here because you're forming a new place which is called home. You're restructuring home. Both inner and outer home is being restructured with this. The very foundation of our life is changing with this. This is when we learn to nurture ourselves. Can we stand alone without the support of those who used to support us before? Will we crumble without it? Because of which we go through some amount of emotional changes which are very deep, which require us to pull strength from within. This is not an easy transit. It's the most tough position of Saturn, which we are in the process of going through from December of 2020 to March of 2023. But Saturn is only getting started with this journey. It's only around 7 degrees. So only early degree of Scorpio have truly experienced the full extent of it, because it has only transited till around 7 to 13 degree of Scorpio. So the early or the first 10 days of Scorpio born, October born would have experienced, or early November born would have experienced the full extent of it. We will be working on our relationship with our parents. We would be digging deep when it comes to human psychology with it. We would be changing homes or finding home or putting down grounds. Saturn is very strong here. It is lucrative here. It creates lucrative opportunities out of our emotional strength when it comes to our long-term growth, which means that having gone through a process of renewal within ourselves in our own emotions, we are able to become a master of human emotions in some ways. Even the past family structure that we were part of, in some ways that family structure itself changes. This is ahead of time. Saturn in Aquarius is forming a structure which is ahead of time. So doing things in family structure which are ahead of time. So some sort of innovative family structure or laying down groundwork for success when it comes through some kind of breakthrough in human psychology, or seeing through things when it comes to through counseling or human nature, or creating ways of a business from home which is ahead of time in some ways. You're rebuilding a foundation of all of that. For the last couple of months, Saturn was retrograde, so you were laying down a foundation of something that will become the source of your next 20 years of growth. And now with Saturn going direct, having set those roots in some ways, now is go time to start living that vision, start living that new structure. But as I said, this is going to be a process of 2.5 years. It's not ended here. This is the first wave of it, especially for the early degree of Scorpio that we are coming through. And we are now going to use the resources that we found over the course of last 4 or 5 months when you were writing possibly a new rule book of how to handle relationships, how to handle home and family, what is going to be my place of living, what will be the place I call home. You might be working on some ground up inner journey over the course of last 4 months. Now we go live with it in some ways. Now is the time to show what you have learned. Use that rule book in your home, family, in your role as a nurturer, in your role as a parent. The rules of parenting are rewritten in some ways. The rule of where we want to live is rewritten. The working, if you want to work as a counselor, or if you're working on a business from home, the structure of that business is reworked from home at this stage. Real estate matters might have gone through behind the scenes so far. Construction, reconstruction, the very basis of your home and family and your roots might be in process of restructuring. We go back to our family traditions or review our family traditions and whether that's what we want to transfer to our children or to our future generations or to ourselves. Is there some part of our heritage we want to carry forward, or is there some part of my childhood and my upbringing that I don't want the future generations to have anymore and I am the last person to have lived through it? Those kind of thought process, those healing works which are psychological as well as structural in nature, that rework internal might have been going on for the last 4 or 5 months. Now with Saturn going direct, that rule book of change in home, family and emotional life now comes to life with Saturn going direct, and you will find that you might be pushed to use that rule book in this new start that you're going to have next month, when this new version of you is being launched with some amount of impulsiveness and some amount of surprise that will come with your new moon of 4th or 5th of November. You'll find that Saturn plays a role in it, which means that you'll be challenged to use this new rule book that you've learned of how to take care of your own nurturing while taking care of the others in your life, as well as this emotional strength that you've found through some of the events that have happened in your personal life over the course of last couple of months. Those rebuilding of those foundations now need to put you to a very bold step when it comes to your new start. You would be possibly, in my view, going ahead with a new phase in your life, which might require a change in your home and family structure or your place of living as well, which is shown by this aspect playing out on 10th of November and 30th of October. This is especially true if your planets in the early degrees, as I said, which is where Saturn right now is directly aspecting, which is around 30th of October born, Scorpio Sun. So around your birthday, if you're around 30th of October born, 3 days before, 3 days after, or around 6 or 7 degree of Scorpio, 3 degrees before and after, the time period around at the start of this month, you will be start of November, there might be a challenge or a conflict between what your home and family wants and what you need to do for your own well-being, and this new rule book that you have written in terms of where do the boundaries begin for your well-being and for the well-being of the others in your life. That rule book will have to be used. You'll have to work through relationships through a different framework, through a different family structure that you have possibly worked on behind the scene over the course of last 4 or 5 months. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Do look at the 2 videos I'm going to link in the end, which have to do with the Saturn transit, which will continue all the way till March of 2023, as well as the Jupiter transit, which lasts for the next 2 months, because that is important for our personal and professional life. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I'll see you in the next reading now. Thank you.